So the tipping point, what it seems like, Neil, I would wonder is this person is really building, stamina, emotional stamina, the willpower, and you know that motivation, kicks in to put you over the hump. But if you don't have that development in place, the ability to manage yourself, because remember, we're talking about managing your emotions. That takes a long time to figure out how to do.
When I was in the Navy, well, I keep saying back when I was in the Navy, and I do.
Okay.
Okay.
You were in the Navy.
When I was in boot camp, we had a Marine gunnery sergeant, and he ran our butts everywhere and all that. Motivation was, okay, I need to be able to do this. I need to be able to run this 6 miles
right now.
But willpower is, I need to do this all the time, because you would lose occasionally somebody.
Big difference.
That would not be able to they couldn't stay in the program. They just
didn't have it.
The willpower dropped out. So they had the motivation initially, but that's not going to carry you long enough.
It'll only go so far.
Yeah.
Just like your willpower.
Yeah.
Will only go so far and be drained, yes. He says with a wry smile, John.
So I think it's important. Motivation is like your kickstart, right? That's what you get, that you say, I'm going to start doing this.
That's the 5 hour. That's the Red Bull.
Right. That's your 5-hour energy, right? But then the idea is you then need to have enough motivation to start building your willpower to then move to the next thing. So while I say they're the same, the idea is that they both are something you have to work at. And that's why they say motivation will get you nowhere. It's, as John pointed out, it's the discipline. That motivation gets you to set the systems in place that then you then can be consistent going forward. And willpower is the same way. That consistency will build your willpower up.
But the systems in place, I don't know if you realize that as a big as piece as it is, I feel like is a really big piece.
It's huge.
And those systems may or may not be in place. Therefore, your motivation might be high and you don't have the systems in place. Listen, this is very important for our substance abuse recovering communities, because this is where I come at with the topic where I'm very, very leery of willpower, because there doesn't tend to be, because something has control, alcohol or drugs in a person's life, enough willpower in place to overcome that. Though the systems that build willpower help you to maintain that. And if you don't have a system in willpower that helps support that and build that, you're pretty much screwed. People will die lone wolf.
Sometimes your willpower is to follow your system. You have enough willpower to say, I'm having issues. I need to go reach out to my sponsor, or I need to go to a meeting, or I need to do this. Like, the willpower is knowing that I can't handle this. Then you have to go back to your system. But the system helps take over where the willpower falls short. Right?
Correct. Yes.
And so that's super important. And that's the thing you have to understand when you do this.